Investors and agents, if you guys do not know, are notoriously bad business owners. I put out a kind of a meme on my Instagram a while ago about like the normal real estate agents, like busy day, so to speak. And it was like wake up and take an ice bath and then go from the ice bath to the coffee shop, go from the coffee shop to getting their car cleaned, to go to get a haircut and come home or something like that. But it's true. Like most investors agents are bad business owners. A lot of us don't come from being in a corporate environment or a startup land. A lot of us come from, hey, we want to make money. Let's get our license or let's go flip a house. And we have no idea how to run a business. And so there's a lot of things I'm going to talk about today that are just frames and conceptualizations of how to run a business and themes that have helped me go from, hustler to operator to architect. It's a very different game. Hustling and doing deals and running a business that does deals are two very different things. And that's really what separates someone that is worth $50 million at the end of 2 or 3 decade real estate career and someone that's worth a couple $1,000,000 or not. Right. It really comes down to their ability to run a business. But the really big thing to understand is the core 4 C's, which are there's four ways to build leverage in your business. And when I get to the marketing, the sales, and everything else we're going to talk about today, that's what I'm going to spend a lot of my time on is those core 4 C's, which is content, collaboration, capital, and code. Those are the 4 C's. Code is software, tools, automation. Collaboration is people. Capital is money. Content is content you create for your team or for the world that drives traffic. That's how you get leverage. And then really understanding the last one too, you guys, like email, Slack, going to coffee shops, that is not going to move the needle. It's actually things that build leverage in your business. So my blueprint for scaling is the following. When I get on my leadership team meetings with my leadership teams in my companies, I talk to my employees. I work with myself. And when I have kind of alone time, I'm working through an issue. These are really the 3 frames that I think through. And if you guys are in here and you've been on other calls of mine, you're in our community, you've talked to me one-on-one, you've heard me present at an event or on a stage, you've probably heard me talk about these. The first one that I'm going to talk about is more, better, new. And for most of you guys, if you're already doing deals, this one is huge. It's the understanding of if you are trying to scale your business, you first need to focus on if something's already working, doing as much of it as possible. And so many of you guys are going in circles because you're not. You reach a plateau in your business and you go, hey, why am I not scaling? And in reality, you just need to sit down and understand what's already working in your business. An example of this is for one of my companies, we do Facebook ads and it's working very well. And so I get on calls with my team. They come to me and they say, hey, we want to grow. We want more clients. And I say, okay, well, why can't we just do more of what we're already doing? That's the first question you should always ask yourself in business. Why can't I just take what I'm already doing that's working and do 5 times the volume? And that'll lead you to your first constraint, right? So if you guys are running a flipping company, I have some clients that I work with one-on-one that are running flipping companies. And I say, hey, why can't you're doing 3 flips a year? Why can't we go to 6? And that question will show you your actual constraint. And the answer a lot of times is going to be, hey, I can't get to 6 deals per year because I don't have the time. I'm driving job sites. I'm ordering supplies. I'm babysitting contractors. And I say, okay, those are the actual constraints we need to solve. We want to do more deals. That's awesome. Saying it doesn't matter. Those are the constraints we need to solve. We need to learn how to hire an admin assistant. We need to hire a project manager. We need to learn to buy our time back so then we can get to the next constraint. And then from there, you go to better, right? If you can't do what you're already doing 5 times more in volume, can you do what you're already doing better? And then it goes back to more before you go to new, because doing new things in your business creates so much drag. And so many of you guys, the only reason that you've been in this for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and you're not where you want to be is because you keep doing new stuff, right? You keep adding complexity to your business. You reach a bottleneck. You say, hey, I think it's flipping that's the problem. I'm going to go build a Section 8 portfolio. Hey, I think that's the issue. This other guy's crushing Airbnb. I'm going to go do that. Hey, this guy runs a property management company. I'm going to go start my own property management company. And you guys just go in circles forever, but you don't understand that every time you add something new to your business, you're putting yourself back 2 or 3 years. Right? Because it takes a long time to get really, really good at something to the point where you can build a team around it. You understand the business well enough and you really start making real money. I genuinely think the first 2 to 5 years in business of any kind is not where you make the money. It's where you go through 1,000 iterations of what hiring looks like, of what trainings looks like, of what management looks like. And then after those 1,000 iterations, those first 2 to 5 years, then you start making money. You go ask anyone that's made a lot of money what the first 5 years of their career looked like, and it probably looked pretty brutal. They might have been making some money, but it was not anywhere near where the latter half of their career was once they've gone through those iterations and those lessons. And you can't learn that. That's why I don't sell a $5,000 course anymore. You can't learn that in a course. Like you can't. I always give the example of it's like I've been trying to get good at golf, which I'm not, and I have a golf coach. It's like the example I always give is if I go to a golf lesson and I watch my golf coach swing the club 100 times. It looks pretty freaking simple. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have felt this way. He takes the club back, he turns his body, it goes 200 yards and dead straight. I pick up the club and I go, man, that looked pretty simple. I take the club back, I swing it, it goes 100 yards into the parking lot. And it's the same exact formula for what you guys are doing here with More, Better, New. And that's the idea you have to really digest in your business. Is it takes a lot of reps to get the feel of something, the feel of hiring. And a lot of us get in trouble just because we're always adding new to our business. And then leads, conversions, and operations, you guys, this is the only three constraints you're going to ever have in your business. You have a leads issue, a conversion issue, or operations issue. And you always want to start with leads. So if you are doing 3 deals a month and you want to start doing 10 deals a month, you first got to look at leads. Are you getting enough leads in the door? Yes or no? And that feeling should be that you are drowning in leads, not that you have a couple leads a day. It should be that you are drowning in leads and you do not know what to do. Then you focus on conversions, which is sales, building a sales team, building a sales function. Then you focus on operations, transaction coordination. Do you have a transaction coordinator? Do you have systems and processes? Do you have the right CRM? Right? Those are all operational pieces of the business. And the last one I'll hit on, and I know a lot of this stuff for a lot of you guys is the more boring parts of this, but the last thing I'll hit on is the theory of constraints, opportunity versus problems. And something I work with talk about a lot, you guys probably heard this too if you heard me talk before, is what's an actual opportunity in your business versus what's a constraint, because opportunities are endless. And that's what I'm talking about. If you guys are doing 3 deals a month wholesaling and you want to get to 6 a month, and you're sitting there going, what's an opportunity and what's a constraint? A new CRM is probably an opportunity. It's a nice to have. A better website is probably an opportunity. It's a nice to have. A new office is probably an opportunity. It's a nice to have. Those are not actual constraints. The constraint might be, hey, your closing percentage is X. It needs to get to Y. Hey, we're getting 5 leads per day. We need to get to 10. And those are the hard problems that you have to solve that are the actual constraints and the reason you're not doubling your business. It's not because you don't have something new or a new opportunity. It's because there's an actual constraint in your business that you're missing right now. So these are the themes that I teach my team, that this is all I think about when I feel stuck in any of my businesses, when I feel stuck anywhere. These are the things that I go back to that help me work through these problems in a very simplified way.